Picture this. Carlos Alcaraz is 1 point away from forcing a third-set tiebreak, the Turin crowd roaring, when suddenly he reaches back for a serve, freezes mid-motion, and drops to a knee clutching his right hamstring. The arena gasps. 1 second he's the hunter, the next he's prey. Jannik Sinner, ice in his veins, stares across the net like he already knows the ending. That single moment flipped the ATP Finals on its head and crowned a new king. From that injury, the match turned into a slow-motion execution. Alcaraz tried to fight, limping into corners, shortening points, grunting through every explosive move, but his legs betrayed him. Sinner smelled blood. The Italian started painting lines like it was target practice, ripping backhands down the line that kissed the sideline and died. 6-2 in the second set felt merciful. Every Alcaraz forehand that sailed long or clipped the tape was another nail. The world number one wasn't losing a tennis match anymore. He was surviving one, and barely. Sinner never celebrated early, never smiled, just kept reloading that red-lined forehammer until the Spaniard had nothing left to swing with. Then came the coronation. At 5-4 in the second, championship point, Sinner cracked a serve out wide. Alcaraz stretched, hamstring screaming, floated a desperate slice, and Sinner pounced, crushing a forehand winner that detonated on the baseline. Title. History. The Turin crowd exploded as Sinner finally let the mask slip, arms wide, roaring to the sky while Alcaraz stood clapping, face tight with pain and respect. In his first ever ATP Finals appearance, the Italian kid just went undefeated through Medvedev, Rune, Fritz, and now a wounded Alcaraz to lift the biggest trophy of his life and lock down year-end number one. Hey, if you live for moments like this, smash that subscribe button right now because All Sports Updates is bringing you every heartbeat of the tour. No fluff, just fire. Jannik Sinner didn't just win a tournament tonight. He announced he's ready to rule men's tennis for years. Alcaraz will heal, he'll come back stronger, but tonight Turin belongs to Italy. Drop your thoughts below. Who's winning the next slam? All Sports Updates has you covered either way. Stay locked in. The numbers after the match told a cruel story. Alcaraz, the guy who normally blasts 50-plus winners when healthy, scraped together just 14. His first serve percentage crashed below 50% the moment the hamstring bit. Sinner? 28 winners, 87% points won behind first serve, zero drama. It was the most lopsided beatdown in an ATP Finals title match in over a decade, yet it felt like watching a gladiator duel because every Alcaraz hobble reminded you this could have been a 5-hour war. Credit the Spaniard for refusing the medical timeout early. He wanted to finish on his shield. The crowd gave him a standing ovation when he finally sat, tears in his eyes, knowing he'd left everything on the court even if his body quit first. Backstage, the contrast was brutal. Sinner walked straight to the press room, hoodie up, voice calm like he'd just played a practice set, dropping lines like, "I saw he was struggling on the changeover, so I tried to make him move more." Cold-blooded. Meanwhile, Alcaraz needed 10 minutes just to reach the interview chair, ice pack strapped to his leg, admitting the tears started on the very first service motion of the second set, but pride wouldn't let him stop. That's the difference right now. One is a machine learning to feel, the other is fire learning to think. Tonight the machine won, and the tennis world felt the shift. History books will show 2025 as the changing of the guard. Sinner finishes the year with the Australian Open, US Open, 3 Masters 1000s, Davis Cup salvation for Italy, and now the ATP Finals without dropping a single set all week. At 24, he's the first player since Federer to go undefeated at the finals on debut. More terrifying? He says his serve and net games still have a lot of room to improve. Alcaraz, still only 22, leaves Turin with another scar and another lesson. The rivalry everyone dreamed of is here, but tonight proved it's no longer a rivalry of equals. It's a chase. And Jannik Sinner just sprinted 10 steps ahead. Yo, that was pure electricity in Turin, and we're just getting started with this new era. Hit subscribe and turn notifications on because All Sports Updates is your front row seat to every monster forehand and heartbreak coming in 2026. Sinner or Alcaraz, who owns the next decade? Drop it in the comments, argue with your friends, and keep it locked right here. All Sports Updates. We out. The fan bases exploded. Some called it arrogance. Others called it the moment the changing of the guard became real. Alcaraz smiled politely in his own presser, but you could see the spark light behind his eyes. Game recognized game, and now the hunted knows the hunter no longer flinches. This isn't Federer-Nadal poetry anymore. This is predator versus predator with zero fake smiles. From Indian Wells to Shanghai, every stare down just got heavier. Sinner keeps stacking titles like poker chips while Alcaraz swings that electric forehand trying to blow the table up. But the Italian's message is crystal. Come harder, come louder, come with everything, I'll still be standing here when the smoke clears. He doesn't need to scream supremacy. His forehand already does the talking, cracking at 105 miles per hour on the rise like it's offended the ball dared to land on his side. He's turned defense into a weapon that humiliates attackers. And every time Alcaraz unleashes one of those impossible drop shot winners, Sinner just nods, resets, and punishes the next ball like he's keeping score in blood. Respect, yes. Fear, never again. That's the new law on tour, and every young gun just felt the temperature drop. So here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud yet. The era of being shocked by Carlos Alcaraz is over. Jannik Sinner just killed it with 8 quiet words. The next chapter isn't about wonder kids anymore. It's about who blinks first when both guys know they belong at the top. Smash subscribe right now to all sports updates because the second these two meet again the tennis world is going to burn, and you do not want to hear about it from somebody else. Turn on notifications. The king just spoke. War is coming. All sports updates, we don't miss the moments that change everything. Drop your prediction below. Who wins the next Sinner-Alcaraz showdown? Let's talk. All sports updates, stay locked in.